Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to create a fully automated blog on one of the most popular blogging platforms of today's age, Medium. Now, whether you're new to blogging or you're a seasoned pro, this automation will be extremely valuable to you because it makes it super easy for you to monetize and generate a lot of really high quality content that people want to see, but with very minimal effort. All you really have to do here is set up this automation and you'll have a Medium blog that pretty much runs itself. If you want to be following along with me in this build, you can go ahead into the description and get the template that I already built out for you and did all the hard work for so that you do not have to start from scratch. And with that in mind, we can go ahead and just jump right into the build. Awesome. So here we are in the demo. And what I'm going to do here is basically just show you this running, show you that it works, and then we can dive right into actually building this out. But as you can see, this is a very simple automation. It only has 6 steps. It definitely includes some ChatGPT, use of that API here, and it also uses an RSS feed. We will get more into the details of this, but don't worry, I'll walk you through it. It's not super complicated at all, especially if you're using the template. So let's go ahead and run this. And this automation is really fast. Some automations take a while to load, but this one works pretty quickly in my opinion. But with that in mind, it does still take a quick second. We can see that we have a new article. Let's go ahead and click on this. Awesome. And it came up with a really detailed, well-formatted, awesome article that even gives credit to the original authors from the article that it pulled from our RSS feed. Now, if all of this sounds very foreign to you, do not worry. I will walk you through it like I mentioned. But basically what it's doing here is taking an article that it was basically fed from the internet on the topic of AI, basically rewrote it, came up with its own take on that article, and then outputted some really valuable information that kind of summarizes what the article is saying, but also provides some new unique content. So it's not just copying what it sees online, but it's coming up with something unique and valuable. And as we can see, it says a new perspective. So it's coming up with its own basically opinion and thoughts on this article and how it relates to the AI space. So honestly, I think this blog is great. It even gave credits, which I'm super happy about. So I think this is awesome. We're going to actually go ahead and run this again. Great. So this is running. Again, it'll take a quick second. Okay, so we went ahead and ran that one more time. Now we can head back into our blog and awesome. This is a new article on exploring the impact of Microsoft's AI chatbot with the recall feature. And it basically is saying that it's giving a unique perspective on its new AI chatbot article. And again, it is just providing a new unique perspective on this article with some unique content based off of content that it was fed that was just recently published on the internet by Microsoft. And then it also accredits basically who it's basing this article off of and where it got its information from. So this is a really high quality article. Once again, I think it looks pretty great. It's a pretty solid blog. It gives some unique perspectives and kind of gives a pretty good summary of the article that it found. So this will also rank really high on SEO, just looking at some of the keywords here. So I am very happy with the blogs that it has generated here, these two. And with that in mind, you can see that it is working well. It is basically allowing me to have to do nothing but press a play button, but you can actually automate this to run at literally every day at specific times, at specific intervals. Like you could have this run every 30 minutes if you wanted it to, even 15. So it can run a lot, it can run a little. Basically, you have complete control over how much it runs. But basically, you really don't have to do anything other than set up this automation and decide when you want it to run. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and jump into the step-by-step tutorial on how to build this out. So first things first, I need you to go to make.com and log in. I provided a link in the description for you to find make.com, so make sure you go and click on that. And you're going to create a new scenario that is completely and totally blank. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with RSS as we saw before, and go ahead, type in RSS in the search, click on RSS and press watch RSS feed items. Now, what we need to do here is get an RSS URL. Now, I get my RSS URLs from something called rss.app, but you can get RSS URLs from all over the place, and basically just research and kind of look up which feed that you want and then paste that URL in here. But if you're just starting, maybe you're building out a demo, maybe you're just testing this out, rss.app is a great option. So what I'm going to do here is go into rss.app, and it's actually free for a little while to test things out. And if you press on My Feeds and then New Feed, we can go in here and you can go by website or by topic. Today I'm going to focus on topic. And let's just go ahead and go down to technology and press on artificial intelligence. And it's going to take a second while it generates a URL for you. And as we can see, basically all this is doing is it is going to the internet and looking for articles that are related to artificial intelligence that are high quality, valuable articles from reputable websites. So what's going to happen here is we're going to go ahead and copy and save the feed and then copy the URL. And then we're going to go back into our make automation and paste it in here and just press OK. And I'm going to say we're going to just start from RSS feed items from after this date. And let's just say that the date is today. So what it's going to do is basically anytime a new article is published to this RSS feed, after right now, it will basically have, if you set it up to do this, have the RSS feed generate a new blog each time that an article is posted, or maybe have it generate one every 15 minutes. And whatever the most recent post is on the RSS feed after whatever interval you chose, whether that's 15 minutes, at the end of the day, every other day, whatever the most recent article is, it will write an article about that. Now, you're welcome to go through here and actually filter it however you want by editing it or going to the settings. You can change all sorts of things. Now, you can actually change this in many ways so that it outputs very specific things related to AI or whatever topic you've chosen. So you can go to filters and basically just filter it to whitelist certain keywords or maybe blacklist keywords, hide certain things. But for now, I think I'm just going to let it be all the content that it gets related to AI that comes from a pretty reputable source. But keep in mind, RSS.app has a ton of options. These are just some of the topics by industry, but you can type in pretty much anything, any website, any topic, and it will come up with an RSS feed on that specific topic. I find this tool extremely valuable. So if you're creating a very niche type of blog, say you're doing, I don't know, supercars, it'll generate an RSS feed for that. And again, you have to filter things out to make it as specific as you want. But if you're running a blog on a super niche topic, you can basically find all the information about that topic and generate blogs about it using an RSS feed, and go ahead and filter through all of that stuff to have it generate really unique content for the AI model to use that we are using. So we are in our RSS feed. We pasted in this URL. I'm going to say the maximum number of return items for now is just going to be one. That should be sufficient for now. And then we're going to press the plus again, and we're going to go to HTTP. Press get file to the HTTP here. And if we click on HTTP and then press in the little box, we will see that it has our RSS feed, and we can press on just URL. And it will give us a URL, the URL variable for whatever the RSS feed pulls, whatever that article is, that URL will be sent into this HTTP get a file request right here. We don't really need to know the details of this, just know it works well, it's necessary. So we can go ahead and press the plus sign here. So next we're going to add an HTML to text block. All we're doing here is clicking in the little box and pressing on data from our HTTP request. Simple enough, just press OK. Next, we're going to press the plus sign again. Okay, so next up, now that we have the HTML to text, we're going to press this plus sign here, and we're going to go to the OpenAI module, press create a chat completion, and we need to create a connection. So the way that we do this, we need our API key and our organization ID. this means that you need to go to platform.openai.com, go to this little sidebar over here and press on API keys, press create a new secret key. I'm going to call it medium. Oh, not the emojis. I'm going to call it medium blog and press create a new secret key. Copy this, press done, head back into here, paste that API key, and then to get our organization ID, you just go to settings, highlight your organization ID here, paste that in and press save, and it'll just take a second for it to connect. Outstanding. Then we're going to go to our model. I move this over. Then we're going to go to our model. I typically use GPT 3.5 Turbo, and then you can press on add messages, go to role, go to user, and then we're going to basically just be doing some prompting here. And I'm actually going to provide you with a resource on how to prompt this part of the automation. This part of the automation is actually the part that is generating the blog content itself. First, we're going to generate the blog, and then we're going to generate a title for the blog. So I highly recommend that you follow the same process. Don't make it out of order just because it makes it easier. And I also recommend that if you go ahead and download the template in the description, you will also be able to get the prompting guide for free. So that'll make it a lot easier for you. I'm going to go ahead and paste in my prompt. And notice that if you were to copy and paste in the prompt from the template and the guide that I provide to you, you might need to change these variables out a little bit. So the article is going to be text. So if you're telling this prompt, you're telling OpenAI what exactly you want it to read, you're telling it to carefully read this article. The article is what comes out of the text parser. So that would just be text. Then scroll down. You can see the author here. This is easy. This is all the stuff in the RSS feed. So we just put in author here, we put in URL, and then we put in title. And so that's kind of how you just fill in all that information with the variables that are already provided to you by previous steps in this automation. So we can just go ahead and press OK. Oh, sorry. So now we just have to put in the max amount of tokens. I'm going to say 3,000. You can make the amount of tokens however many you would like, but 3,000 I think is a reasonable number. So then we can press OK, and we're going to press this plus sign once again and go to another OpenAI module and press on chat completion. Once again, the model is going to be 3.5 Turbo. We're going to add a message from the role of the user. And once again, if you want to have the prompt for how to generate the title, which is what we're doing here, all you have to do is go ahead and get my prompting guide, which is in the description if you download the template. So when you download the template for this automation, you also get guidance on how to prompt correctly. And we'll just go ahead and paste this in. And again, we're going to have to fill in some variables here. So once again, we've got the title, the author, we've got the result from the article, which is just data. We have got, we have the actual article, which is the result that we got from the previous step. So the result of this step will be right there. And then we can scroll down. Once again, we'll put in the title. And all this is just reiterating to the model like, hey, I want to be very specific about what exactly I want you to be doing. So title again, author again. And these are all just variables that are storing previous information that was collected from the previous steps. And I'm going to say the max amount of tokens for this can be, let's say 30. That's reasonable length for a title. And now on to the good stuff where we're connecting to Medium. We just have to press this plus sign one more time. Go to Medium, press on create a post, and you just have to connect to your Medium account. What you have to do is connect to your Medium account, press create a connection, and right here is going to be your Medium token. And you're going to head over to Medium, and you're going to press on your avatar up here in the top right if you already have an account, which you should. And you're going to press on settings here, and what you're going to do is go to security and apps and go to the bottom down here and press on integration tokens. And all you have to do is either create a new token, which you can just, I'll call it Medium blog. Press get token. And you can just go ahead and copy that and then go back into the scenario that we created, paste the token in here, and press save. Awesome. So now what we have to do is basically just fill in all the key information for this blog. So the title, if we recall, the second to last step that we did here right before we are setting up Medium is generate the title. So the result of step 7 is going to be the title. Then the content is going to be the step that was right before that. So 6, and we can skip this URL right here and just leave it as public and press OK. You're welcome to change these things as you please, but to keep things simple and easy, all we have to do is put in the title and the result. Now, before we go ahead and press run, there is one last crucial piece that I wanted to mention to you all, and that is we need to make sure that the result for this step 6 here, which is actually step 4, comes out in HTML format. And I just want to make sure that I mention this to you before we move forward, because you might miss it if you aren't using my template or my prompting guide. Make sure that at the bottom you press important, output must be in HTML format. The Medium API only accepts the content for the main body of the article in HTML format. If you output it in regular rich text, it will come out really wacky, really ugly, just one big chunk of text that's super hard to read and isn't formatted. So make sure that you do that. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to press run once. And there we go. We have a blog published. It all worked super easily. Honestly, that automation was super duper fast. Did not take long to run. So congratulations. You have just published your first fully automated blog to Medium if you followed all of the steps that I just shared. And if we go ahead and refresh this, we can see engaging article, Microsoft's AI chatbot revolution, and it generated a new article. Awesome. So this is beautiful. It looks really great. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Once again, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment for the next type of automation that you'd like to see next, or if you have any questions about this automation. And don't forget, if you want to make it super easy on yourself, go ahead and download that template in the description below. Not only will you get the template, but you'll also get the prompting guide to make this process really, really easy for you. So make sure that you go download that. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in today.